Rob, so it's an epidemic of people testing positive.
Yeah.
And, then you hear the excuses and then you hear, the detractors.
Right.
What can be done to clean up boxing?
All right. All right. So for the record, I am going to say that I think I'm going to say a high percentage of these fighters really, really don't know what they're taking. They're just trusting their instinct and they're going from there. I know when I worked with Boots, I remember every time Boots got something new, he'd take a screenshot and he'd say, yo, check this out for me. He wouldn't just have me check it out. He'll have somebody else check it out too. You know what I mean? And it would just collaborate information. So I do believe that these fighters are not maliciously doing this just for a win. It doesn't make sense for Ryan. I'm sorry for Team Haney. I'm sorry for everybody that didn't want him to win. But it doesn't make sense for a guy who fought a man 6 times, once in a pro, and then he wants to do that. It doesn't make sense. Would I put it past him? No. But it doesn't make sense. For example, liquid IV, that like when people rehydrate, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. It's supposed to be, you can't have 100 milliliters of fluid of rehydration every 10 or 12 hours. You don't think motherfuckers are doing that shit in their hotel room, bro? You crazy. So it's not a malicious intent. But what I am going to say is...
But that would be malicious, though.
To rehydrate? Not necessarily.
I'm saying malicious in intent of you know exactly what you are doing.
Yes.
Right?
I do agree with that.
You are looking to get an advantage.
Yeah, that is true. You are looking to get an advantage, yeah. But it's not like a Margarito case.
No, you're not looking to hurt.
Saying?
You're just looking to replenish your body.
Right, you're replenishing your body for you can have the advantage. At the end of the day, it's a fucking fight. If you got into a street fight and you doing all this, best believe, no Diddy, you gonna uppercut main man right in the middle. You know what I mean? And you gonna try to get the advantage. If that's the case. Some fighters, they go for the chokeout, they go for the slam. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But what I'll say is, like with the Margarito case, he knew as his hands being wrapped, those were plaster.
Yeah, that's
he knew
different, though.
that if that shit got hard, I'ma fuck him up. So at the end of the day, you know how much of a person has to think, like, I can't wait till these Jones get hard, so then I could go in there, no Diddy. So I could go out there and just let my hands go and hurt Cotto. And it took 11 rounds for you to do that.
With the IV, I don't look at it as... I mean, it's against the rules, but I don't look at it as cheating because I should be like, yo, if I'm dehydrated, I should be able to...
Listen. What's the difference? Why is it that the IV is a problem, but not in pill form, not in liquid form, like ingestion? You understand what I'm saying? So you got sodium packets that you can shake off and then put them in a bottle.
Is it because some guys use that to flush their system out?
They could do that, or they could go into it more direct, and it's faster instead of it taking a process for the body to incorporate it. You understand what I'm saying? So for it to clean up boxing, it honestly, you can't blame Snack. Victor Conte has a background. Yeah, he has a past. I can't sit there and point my fingers at that man and sit there and say, he's the reason why this is happening. No. Is it possible? Maybe. Who the fuck knows? But the thing is, we can't really point our fingers. If we're going to have the audacity as fans and as coaches and as lovers of the sport, we can't sit there. If we're going to point the finger at one, point the finger at everything then. Don't just pick and choose because you want to play a bias. Don't do that. So to clean up the sport, you gotta go through. I think you should be, tooth and comb with Vada, Wada, USDA. How are you testing? Why sometimes this person is in the bathroom watching you take a piss like you a PO and others are not? You understand what I'm saying? So now, and that can be something where he's the A side. He's a very famous A side. So I think he good. But then you also, too, you got some people who, off the record, are affiliated with themselves when it comes to Vada, Wada. You don't think that these high-end elite guys, they don't know each other? You don't think that they have breakfast and lunch together? Hey, yo, by the way, we're going to go test Ryan today. What you think about that? Come on, bro. You don't think that happens? How many times that defamation of character is a real thing? So a job if you apply for a job, another job can't call and speak negative of you. The only thing they can say is, would you hire this person again? And they'll sit there and say no. But you don't think that an off-the-record phone call can call like, hey Jim, hey Donald, you know what I'm saying? What you think of this guy? Oh yeah, I wouldn't do. He's a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. You don't think conversations like that really happen? It happens. So in order for you to clean it in boxing, it's going to be tough because it's a very big industry. What I did like is in 2023, UFC hired, please excuse if I get your last name wrong, George Pyro. He is now ahead of the investigation for any anti-doping agency. He's a former federal agent who was involved with the Saddam Hussein investigation. He was the interrogator. So he's a part of that, right? Now, if that's even a hit or miss, because sometimes they go by the book, sometimes they don't. But money talk. Just like if you go to a doctor's office and say, "Oh, I hurt here," but then they just got this new representative. They came in and say, "Hey, listen, these are pain medicines. So for every person that you get, we're going to give you $1,500 per prescription."
I feel like something that we're not touching on.
What's that?
A lot of fighters can't afford testing.
No, they
or
can't.
A lot of fighters aren't willing to test.
Right.
Everything you're talking about, this extensive testing, I don't think that fans realize. They're so busy with the Canelos and the Devin Haney's and the Ryan Garcias, where you seeing this exorbitant amount of money, but not realizing that the average fighter only makes a couple of thousands of dollars a fight. How can I afford that level of testing in a 4-round fight where I'm getting $2,000, I'm getting $3,000, I'm getting $4,000?
Right. I mean, these tests, they're not cheap. You know what I mean? Like these tests, like let's keep it real. Vada goes get the test, but they're not the ones that actually go to the lab and, you know what I mean, do what they do.
A lot of people think that Vada's actually testing, not realizing that.
No, they're testers. They send, just like LabCorp. LabCorp's not going to read me my results. They're going to take my blood and then they're going to send it to get analyzed, correct?
Yes.
It's the same shit. So let's keep it G. You know what I mean? And in order for you to clean up the sport, it has to be a well-rounded cleanup where people, coaches, everything have to be educated on what they take in. People got to be more responsible on what is going into their body. That we could start there. And then the second is there's no question is a dumb question when it's pertaining to your career and your health. No question is a dumb question. So if you're getting hit with, take this. What's this for? Can you show me the label? You could panic. You'd be paranoid. So the fuck what? If I paid you $10,000 to run my camp on the conditioning side, I want to know ins and outs. Where's the money going? Where's this? Where's all that? You know what I'm saying? So I think people need to be self-conscious of this type of stuff. And then I think that's how we can clean a lot of this shit up. But it's going to be hard because not everybody work together. You know what I mean? Now this is a low poverty sport. So now everybody has the background to really want to sit down and really put it all together. And it's a shame. And then they leave it up to the fans. The fans believe whatever the fuck is on the media. They don't really do their own research. They just find whatever's convenient. Most people believe more shit on TikTok where AI could be edited stuff than anything else. For example, look at the Kendrick Lamar and Drake situation. How many AI drops? You know what I'm saying? I still think Drake won. I mean, Kendrick won, though. Sorry for all the Canadians.
Think Kendrick won?
Yeah, I think Kendrick won that battle. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I'm looking at it. In order for you to clean up the sport, I think that's the best way for you to approach it. You're just gonna have to start with the inside. It's like a cancer. You got to clean it up from the inside, work its way out.